Hello, thanks for joining us for this video on acute low back pain. I hope that this is helpful. My name is Dan Kang. I'm an assistant professor at George Fox University and work at the primary care physical therapy in Providence, Newburgh. So low back pain, it's really common. It's so common that it happens 80% of the time in our population. But low back pain, even though it's really common, can be disabling. It can cause us to be afraid because we don't know what's going to happen or what is happening to our bodies. It can be limiting and it can limit us from doing the things that we need to at our home and or at work. And it also makes us spend time and money seeking advice from providers at primary care or going to your senior chiropractor and physical therapist. But there's good news. In about 6 weeks, 90% of low back pain episodes will resolve. So when your low back pain is resolved, it means that your low back is healed and your back pain is decreased. And when pain decreases, it means that you can kind of go back to the things that you were doing before, which means that the outlook for you is very, very good. Now we're going to spend a few minutes here on talking about pain education because one of the reasons why we seek help is because we are having pain. And I want you to know that pain is not always bad. It actually can be good. And it's kind of like an alarm clock that goes off when we are needing to wake up at a certain time and it's not our normal time. So here we put pain alarm goes off when there's damage or when we think there's damage that's happening. So it's a kind of a protective mechanism that we need. Now, when can pain be bad? The pain alarm goes off all the time, even with normal movements. That is when we start wondering what is happening to us when our pain is, the alarm system is going off. So how do we keep the alarm system from going off all the time? And how do we reprogram it? What we found out is that staying active is really, really important for us during this time. What staying active tells your body or your brain is that even though there's a threat or they have pain, that by doing your routines regularly, that your brain and your body gets back to adapting to the things it needs to do. Another thing too is to think about your thoughts. You want to try to stay positive during this time instead of thinking that this is the worst thing that's ever happened to you. This also gives you an opportunity, if you need help, to work with your providers, to work with your physicians and your physical therapist if you have any further needs. And we'll talk about that more in this video. So I mentioned this thought or this phrase, to stay active. What does that mean? Staying active means that you should continue to walk, swim, bike, go back to your everyday routine. And we know that when you stay active, that it will actually assist with your recovery. And that one of the ways that staying active helps is that it modulates pain and achieves a quick recovery. And that this is something that we have found. Now here's some examples of staying active. We have a patient here who's practicing their backward bending. We have another picture here of a patient bringing their knees to their chest. And here's another picture of a patient doing a twist or a lumbar trunk rotation. Your physician or physical therapist may have given you a specific exercise to help you stay active, which is really great. Another aspect of getting better is this idea of positive thinking. When we get hurt, our natural thought is usually to think of something negative, like what is wrong with me, or there must be something seriously wrong, or you might think I can't move, or I need serious medication, something that's going to be able to touch this pain, or I need to see an image because I know something's really, really wrong. Well, I would say that one of the ways that you can help is by thinking things maybe in this way. Imaging doesn't decrease pain. Few back problems are serious, and staying active is the best approach, and over-the-counter medications are the way to go, and has shown that is better than actually opiates. Staying active is a way to prevent long-term disability and recovery. So other suggestions that I recommend is take inventory. That means to look inside of yourself and see what's going on. Now, What does that mean? It means that you might have to pace yourself, kind of like a sprained ankle. If you had a sprained ankle, you won't be able to walk at the same speed as you normally walk. And so you're going to have to take it a little easy. And so when you sprain your back or you hurt your back, it's going to take time. And one of the things is that you got to pace yourself. The other thing too is be mindful. And you hear this word a lot, mindfulness. It's to not let your mind go into all these automatic thoughts of what's wrong, but to trust that your back will get better. And if it doesn't, that you will have a team around you to help you. The other thing too is try to avoid stressful relationships or situations. That again has to do with this understanding of the fact that the more stress that you have, the more the alarm clock will go off. And then what other things can I do for my back is that over-the-counter medications and cold and hot packs are as effective as prescription drugs for pain. And we recommend using cold pack initially for at least 10 to 20 minutes at a time. So I want you to know that your medical home team is here for you. And there are reasons why you should follow up. One of those reasons is that if you're not getting better in 2 to 4 weeks, you should follow up with your healthcare provider. Another reason why too is that you're having a really hard time staying active and doing the things that you were in the past, and that you're also having a really hard time managing your negative thoughts. I want you to know we're here for you. And these are all really good reasons to follow up with us. You can follow up with your primary care physician or the physical therapist that has referred you to this video. I hope that this helps, and I hope that you are one of those people who get well.